Welcome back, guys. As I mentioned, winners round 2 is done. We're moving to winners quarters. We've got 4 matchups, and we're getting right into things. Sonix versus AnthonyIsntCool. Now, Sonix, once again, no introduction needed. Number 3 player in the world at the moment. Absolute demon on the Sonic. You know, we just saw Fisher teammate Jackal there pull out the Sonic. Maybe he had been learning some things. Maybe he's been picking up some techniques back and forth. AnthonyIsntCool, also a very strong Cloud, someone you definitely don't want to mess with. These players actually have met each other previously in a coin box. It did go 2-0 Sonix's way, and that really is the only set they've played, and that was an online one as well. So here in person, so far, Sonix only taken 1 hit.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it's translating pretty well to land, and I will say, the way Sonix kind of went out, they flamed out on stage, did Fisher, they lost a win drop in the finals. I'm willing to bet this guy is trying to go on a war path in this bracket.
He needs his prize money.
He needs his prize money, he needs his pride back, he needs to make sure to pick himself up, walk away with the weekend with at least some kind of win. So this is definitely not somebody you want to see who's going to be, you don't want to see Sonix anyways, and now he's fired up and has reach.
That's very, very true. It's not someone you want to meet in brackets.
Now he's got time.
Especially when it's your match to determine if you're going to be winner's side top 8 or not. Anthony, such a tough mountain to climb, and Sonix taking 170%, and then the stock is only 30%, 39%.
Say the line, say the line, say the line.
Up a stock, you know the vibes.
Ooh, he said it. Sonix, though, is looking to completely take control of this game right now. As we said, got a stock only at 60%. He's been playing basically perfectly the entire way through. Anthony, though, put together a nice little combo. Got to try to see if he can get this stock back nice and quick. Sonix mentioned it. Not a guy you want to fall behind against because then it just feels suffocating.
Yeah, he had to burn the limit to get back to stage. Been a long time charging that up there. But the up Bs out of shield have been good punishes up against this Sonic as well. But even you're seeing the reason that Sonix is so good and so good at this character, even compared to what we saw with Jackal. He's much more calm when he is doing that spin dash, when he's playing, you know, a little bit campy there. But the second he goes in, spin dash into forward air off stage, up air, his recoveries are always perfectly to the ledge. It's just super strong. Great read on the roll there from Anthony. The F tilt is actually going to take the kill on the Sonic.
I picture Sonic and Sonix as like Yugi and the Pharaoh.
Yeah,
they're one and the same. The name said they're gonna fight together. You gotta basically battle 2 people in one. Best analogy I can give for it. Does take that second stock, does Sonix. Looking to put the screws to Anthony once more. We did see Anthony have a couple nice moments, did get a couple nice punishes, but you gotta consistently find it. You gotta consistently try to keep Sonix down. You gotta get that limit bar up and start to really put that damage up. But Sonix just trying to go in cruise control, get this last stock and drop this game 1.
Right. As we mentioned, you know, a player who's had a tough set against Sonix before, has been 2-0'd by the player, was able to take a stock, has limit available as well. Neutral B not going to actually find much. The knockback isn't too much as well. I was kind of expecting the cross slash, but sending that neutral B is not bad.
Yeah, 111 for Anthony. You've got to wonder how much is he going to have left in the tank in game 1. The limit bar only at about half. Not really any opportunity to charge it either. He's consistently getting thrown off the stage. So nice job, though, is going to find the stock. So listen, and there's a chance.
One thing I do have to say is even being super behind at the starting, Anthony's out of shield punishes have been great. We've seen it with the up Bs. We saw that up smash right there. That's a great little forward tilt from Sonix to finish off that one. Leaves it at the last stock. Anthony, though, you can move into this rest of the game kind of thinking, okay, if I don't get like, if I don't get a stock taken, yeah, exactly, tighten up your early game, tighten up that first stock, you can definitely take a game or 2 in this matchup, if even the series at that. Granted, best of 5 adaptations have to come through, and Sonix is still on the other side of that stage. He's in that other seat. He's going to be adapting to your punishes as well.
Yeah, and he is locked in and fired up to get through all of today. So, Anthony, great first game. Just got to tighten up the early game like me and Josh said earlier. See if you can kind of battle your way back in here. Try to get the ego going. And we said the last time they played, it was 2-0 Sonix. It was online as well. When you're sitting next to the guy in person, especially if you start to go down in the series, all he has to do is look over to his left, and you just know.
Well, there's that, but there's also that Smash Ultimate Online is a complete joke.
It's not even the same game.
Yeah, it's not the same game. Please, Nintendo, come on, Sakurai. We need rollback, please. But anyways, to this one. I like just kind of camping with the blade beams as well. It's not gonna allow Sonix to sit there and charge up the spin dash as well when you're constantly throwing projectiles at him. So you kind of nullify the threat from the campiness of Sonix.
Yeah, maybe Anthony got some free tape on Sonix. When that game was on main stage, you could just watch because he's playing against Lima and Anarchy and great players that you're going to have to bust out all the
Anarchy
tools.
went on a run on stage.
Quick shout out, Anarchy played one of the best series I have ever seen in
Took like 7 stocks himself. Yeah.
And he played on stream yesterday in the singles, played extremely well, went on stage and became Thanos.
Yeah. Basically.
So I wonder how he's going to play in the bracket today now.
Yeah, that
Getting
was
fired up, championship trophy in hands. This bracket's going to get insane later.
That's true. Still is in his bracket for sure. Sonix took an early stock in this one. Anthony did get 20% more than last time. However, that time not to find that out of shield punish. Thing is, the upbeat can be punished by Sonix as long as Anthony is doing the second one down, but we're able to just kind of cancel that one out.
Yeah, Anthony's been pretty solid in this game too, though. It's a little bit closer than game 1 was. Still going to be down a stock percentage. Not going to be too bad for Sonix, but definitely a little worrisome for Sonic. But Anthony, just got to try to dial it in a bit. You played a little bit cleaner. Now you can make some of these adjustments. You can see you already got a lot of really good punishes in game 1. Try to see if you can find those windows down here in game 2. But Sonix takes it to you.
Oh my lord, at like 35%, down tilt fair. All you need, and the speed of Sonic brings him straight back to the stage. The 3-stock is on the table right now, especially if he's able to get another like cheese kill close to the blast zone like that. It could be a quick game to finish, but Anthony, last time he was on 1 stock, there it goes. Sonix unable to get back to the ledge, but last time Anthony was left on 1 stock, he brought it back to 1-to-1 stock. It was just too little too late by that point. And I think Anthony's one of those players who it's almost like the reality doesn't set in until he's at his last stock.
Yeah, he's willing to fight until the game is actually over, until they have to call off the fight. But right now, bit of a tough spot. You're sitting at above a $120. Sonix only at 27. He still has 2 stocks in the back pocket, so you have to imagine that Sonix will and can find a way to close out this game to take that 2-0. Best of 5 though, Anthony have a couple more chances unless you can somehow bring this one back, but I'm not liking the look.
I just, out of the corner of my eye, saw someone said, ironic that fair is an unfair move. That just made me chuckle. Thank you for that. Putting a smile on my face today. But look at this. Exactly what I'm talking about. Anthony gets down to 1 stock, and suddenly it's a new player. He's barely taken any percent from Sonix and is down here to 92. And Sonix could be enough for him to find another one, but now look at the edge guard situation.
A little bit far away there.
And no limit available, right? So you're kind of just praying that you can get close enough, but that's kind of the downfall of Cloud Recovery is when you don't have that limit. Your up B doesn't snap to ledge, which is a whole nother issue, but also
don't get me started.
You just don't have the mobility for it. You don't necessarily have the range. When you do have limit, you're recovering from basically anywhere you want.
Yeah, and with Sonix, right, finding a couple different ways to get a stock. Got the cheesy one off the left side, just out of the side of the blast zone, and great job by Anthony. He's playing really well, I think. Started off second game a lot better than game 1. He's just got to find that consistency. Instead of finding these 2 to 3 second windows where he's playing well, you just got to get it over the course of a game. But you're down 2-0. Sonix is sitting next to you with the winner's bracket. You've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, that's true. Now you're in reverse sweep territory up against Sonix. Has to burn that limit early as well. Every single time, it's good from Sonix to put him off stage, force out this limit, but Anthony has yet to get anything except for a limit blade beam, hasn't been able to get any cross slash off at a high percent, anything like that, or has been forced out to use it for recovery, and it's such a huge part of Cloud's gameplay, especially when you need to burn it for that recovery. It gives Sonix so much advantage.
Yeah, and right now he is exercising all of his advantages. He's going to go for the punch. And it's not going to be able to make it back to the stage. No limit, no chance for Anthony. So Sonix, same as the first 2 games, is going to grab the first stock, getting right back to the ledge to put in his usual work.
you have a shield once again. But this time, every single game, we're seeing more and more progress, right?
Yeah.
Anthony loses his first stock first game. Sonix is at 40%. Second game, Sonix is at 60. This game, Sonix is in kill percent, and he's pretty close to it. Anthony has been doing a great job of keeping this one tight, and that's a great part about best of fives. You get more and more game time to fix your own problems and to figure out your opponent and what it is they're doing that's making you fall behind.
So by this logic, if we play a best of 9, Anthony's going to 3-stock him in the last game. Gradual improvement.
Possibly. I mean, it's theoretically possible. We talked about the first to 10s before. That's the best way to figure out who is a better player. Run a first to 10. That's the classic.
Yeah, Anthony, though, not going to have as many chances, unfortunately, and he's, again, he is getting better and better and better, making better reads, better decision-making, better timing on a lot of attacks. Just like that, like you said, just find these nice windows, get that damage in where you can, and keep yourself competitive enough where you're not so far behind. You have to really start
this. Oh, once again, has to burn the limit. This time, kind of his own accord. Moving too fast, slips himself off the stage. But look at this game state we're in right now. We have yet to see this in the series. 2 stocks for each player and dead even. And Anthony even has great stage control over here in center stage. The side B, that first hit of the cross slash, he's using it to interrupt a lot of Sonix's moves as he tries to get some kind of engage there. He tries to close the gap, and Anthony, adaptations are showing out, and the results are there. The stats don't lie.
Yeah, men lie, women lie. Numbers do not lie. They tell the whole story, the truth. They are unbiased. And right now, Sonix getting taken to the limit a little bit. Still 2 stocks of dead even percentage for basically the last 40 seconds. There's a little, not interactive for a couple seconds there, but as is with Sonix sometimes, and he is going to eventually just hit the go button and take the stock.
Yeah, nice little conversion there. I think it was an air into back air at the ledge. At about 100%. And that's the thing. Sonix and Sonic as a character, super good at playing near the ledge and getting early kills right like that, right? Not a lot of characters can kill 110 with a back air, but Sonic's able to do it. We saw him kill at 40 with the double forward air last time. I mean, granted, you were right beside the blast zone, so that's a whole different situation. Anthony, like we said, insane progress throughout the series to keep this super tight. Now, it's last stock apiece. Anthony, you're on your winner's round stock. If you can take this one, you can keep yourself in the series. But you gotta battle up against Sonix. Gotta do it near perfectly.
Thing is, the way he has been improving so rapidly, if he can win this game 3, I think there's a real chance he might push this to a game 5 because he is making a lot of good reads, has outplayed him in some stretches, but then Sonix, he finds what he's looking for, he gets the sweet spot, lands that 50-60%, and just kind of grabs momentum back a bit.
That's the blender right there. Yeah, I think it all starts with one stray hit, whether it be an up air, a nair, something like that, and suddenly you're 60% later, and Anthony, kill percentage up against Sonix here. Go for some kind of ledge play. Sonix has a really easy time just getting back.
Yeah, and Sonix knows one more good setup, but I'm probably going to walk away with a nice
He's going to go for a spin dash
3-0.
forward air, I guarantee it.
Familiar with this game? A little bit.
I don't know, man. It's how he takes 98% of stocks there. It's that or the back air. However, up smash through the platform, something we haven't seen in that series. And another great tool that Sonix has in the toolkit. Sonix there, unsurprisingly, with a 3-0, but I got to hand it to Anthony in that last game. Holy, I did not expect to see that at all in game 3, considering he was constantly a stock or 2 behind in the first 2, and he kept that neck and neck, was using those cross slashes perfectly, and stopped burning the limits for recoveries that were about this big, right? And was able to use that for more and more damage, and it kept